Hello ladies and gentlemen, Tevaron here, and welcome back to some more Slay the Spire. In the last video, we failed on the final floor with the Ironclad. As we've done 2 runs already with the Silent, I think we're going to go ahead and do another run with the Ironclad. We're going to keep Ascension mode on. And after this, we'll be even and we'll just start alternating back and forth between the two. Hello again. So, we did get past the first boss, so we get a bonus. I think I would like to obtain a random rare relic and keep our starting Burning Blood. As I said before, Burning Blood is very necessary for certain Ironclad builds that hurt themselves. So let's lose 99 gold and get a relic. It's a good deal in my book. They almost always cost more than that at the shop. So whenever we would receive 5 or less unblocked attack damage, reduce it to 1. That is incredibly good for us. Alright. Let's explore the map here. So the most elites that we can hit is along the left-hand side here. We will go question marks into 2 elites. And then get a third one up here, as well as hitting 2 shops. Which we've got low gold, but I think that's still the better path, so we'll go that way. Alrighty, let's unload on this cultist, since it is putting on its 3 strength a turn buff here. Hitting us for 6. We can definitely afford to take that as we heal for 6. So we're just going to unload again and hopefully be able to kill it next turn if we get enough attacks. And 9 twice is definitely enough. Card choice. Sword Boomerang, Cleave, Power Through. So we went with the Strength build last time, in which Sword Boomerang is good. We don't even know if we're going to get any Strength cards offered to us. Power Through is decent. Again though, we need Evolve to make it be really, really good. We start out with more attacks in our deck than defensive cards by 2, as we only have 4 defends, so we're going to gamble with Power Through here. Hopefully we can pick up an Evolve early on. That would be awesome. Cleric. Sadly, we have no gold, sir, so we cannot do anything with you. You don't trust this cleric. No, I trust him. I just don't have the gold. Another shop this early. We're going to hit 3 shops on this path. Oh God, Apotheosis. I want you so bad. Darn it. Wish I hadn't even looked now. Occasionally, though, they have cards on sale that we might have been able to buy. Really wanted Apotheosis. It's super good. Well, maybe it'll make up for it by giving us a great relic here. I've never had this before. Karen's Ashes. Whenever you exhaust a card, deal 3 damage to all enemies. So this is driving us towards exhaust synergy. Of course, we have to get offered exhaust cards to actually make that synergy work. Alright, Jawworm. Hitting us for 11. So for sure, we want to defend. Go ahead and bash. Hopefully we can take advantage of that vulnerable next turn. And we can. Cool. No need to power through here. Not getting hit. $14 incoming. We can't kill it. I think we're better off just triple defending this turn. Try to take no damage. As is, we're going to heal to full. If we can avoid taking any more damage. And we can. Sweet. Block Potion, sure. None of these are exhaust synergy. I really do like Headbutt. Clash is hard to make work. Maybe we try out Thunderclap? Sure, little AoE is fine. Go fight this elite. Alright, Lagavulin. I think what we do here is bash, which won't deal damage to it, but it will apply vulnerable. There is a chance we will get 3 strikes next turn, or there's a chance we will only get 1, which is the same damage as what we would be doing this turn, except he's going to have 8 armor. No, let's just go ahead and pop it. It's too big a risk here. Want to do as much damage as possible. If we still had more attacks left in the deck, it would have been better to pass, I think. So 18 is incoming. Power through hits about all of that. So we'll be taking 3, which I think is fine. Let's keep the vulnerability rolling and do some damage. It is important to kill this guy fairly quickly so he isn't able to stack his debuffs on us. So can we afford to take 18? I think we can afford to take a little damage. And by a little, I mean 13. To get his health down. Right, that was the last turn of his vulnerability. He is going to debuff us, give us -1 strength, -1 dex. Would have loved to have hit some more attacks there. Alright. So, let's look at our map here. We do not have a heal coming up before the next elite. So, we're going to defend and bash. Alright, another 18 coming in. I don't want to add any more wounds to our deck as we don't have Evolve. Let's drink our block potion and defend here. So we'll take 2. Alright, incoming debuff again. We may be in a downward spiral here. It's going to be really hard to kill him with -2 strength. In fact, I don't think we can afford to even block here if we want to have a chance. We just need to do as much damage as possible. Which means we may have to dodge the next elite. Darn it. Yep, nothing for it. Don't want to add any more wounds to the deck. We're already not drawing enough attacks. Sadly, we don't have vulnerability next turn. Unless we draw it. That would be 6 plus 6. Or we can just do 12. Let's just do 12. And hopefully we can kill this guy. Super big debuffs here. Yeah, 1 damage and vulnerable. 4. I think we need to power through this time. Hopefully we can draw an attack. We do have several left in our draw pile. Yeah, this has been a very bad fight for us. We did manage to get through it though, so there's that. Anchor, start each combat with 10 block, that's great. Makes it likely that we won't have to play a block card on the first turn. Let's go with Dropkick. Well, we've got 2 vulnerability cards in our deck. Drawing a card and gaining an energy seems good to me. Depending on how this next combat goes, we'll know whether we can face that elite or not. Alright, so can we kill this guy? See, Thunderclap, then it will apply for block. We'll do Maybe? I mean, we have to try. There's no other option. I could just sit there and work out the math, but just go ahead and do it because we don't have any other plays. Right? Weak. And dead. Regen potion, does that mean that we can face an elite? I don't know, but I'm going to take Iron Wave here. Just not a fan of Clash. I've never been able to make it work. Maybe I'm just not building decks correctly with that. And this is the first floor. We do have a regen potion. It's probably worth trying to face this elite. Again, if we die, we just try again. Alright, only one's attacking here. Let's see. This guy has the least HP, so we'll try to focus on him. I think we're going to go ahead and just take... Yep. With our anchor, we're going to take no damage, so that's good. Hopefully can knock this guy out next turn. Yeah, especially since that would prevent damage. Don't think it's going to be possible, though. Well, Thunderclap will get rid of the artifact. No vulnerable, so the energy won't go off on that. We're probably better off just defending here. Probably should have popped this regen potion turn 1. Do it now. Taking so much damage. Alright, only one's attacking here, which is good since we only drew one defensive card. So, bash. And that's that. Could have dealt more damage with 2 strikes, but hopefully the vulnerable will let us kill this guy with a single strike next turn. If we don't draw all dazes, that is. Oh, that's right. Cool. So I had forgotten about Tori. Our defend made it to where that guy was only doing 3 to us, so it reduced it to 1. Awesome. Alright, so vulnerability lets us kill this one. Nothing more to do than block, so we'll do that. Yeah, need to be more aware of this. Ah, and exhaust works with dazes. Cool, 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 cool. So dealt a little extra damage I hadn't factored in there. So, Thunderclap. Power through. So we'll only take 1 damage here. Even without the Tori, we'd only be taking 1, and then we'll strike. Do some extra damage due to the ashes. Awesome. I think we're going to get through this fight. I was very scared starting out, but it looks like we're going to make it. Can we deal 21 to him? 5, 10, 16. The answer is no, but we can kill this one. So we shall do that. And yeah, actually should have thought about that a little more. If I had struck him, I could have used a drop kick on this one, and our Dazes Exhausting would just kill this, which they will anyway. It should trigger it twice. Hopefully it doesn't view these both as 1 card being exhausted. Nope, did it twice. Awesome. So 1 damage, thanks to Tori. And that is it. Alright, well, thank you, Relics, for helping us out. The Courier. The merchant no longer runs out of cards, relics, or potions, and his prices are reduced by 20%. Good to get this on the first floor. Ancient Potion, sure. Okay. So, we went in Flame last time. We also tried to go Juggernaut, and it didn't really work out. However, we've got a Power Through. Still need an Evolve to make the Wound Synergy work. Just not a fan of Perfected Strike myself. It's just not good enough, or it never has been for me. let's go hardcore on blocks. Let's try to make the block synergy work. If we can pick up a barricade and 1 or 2 in trenches, then that would be awesome. Blood vial, awesome. So now that we got this, we want to hit the vampire encounter on floor 2. The vampire encounter turns you into a vampire. You usually have to trade 30% of your max HP to get that, and then it turns all your strikes into bites, which do damage and heal you. However, if you've got the blood vial, you can give that to them instead and keep your max HP and still get the transformation. So we need to kill this guy. Thunderclap. Strike. Strike. And bye-bye. So now we can concentrate on the cultist. We want to kill him fast too, as he gets stronger every turn. 6 incoming here. Sure, let's set up Juggernaut. Unfortunately, he's not vulnerable. So let's go ahead and strike. We're going to take 6 damage. Nothing we can do about that. 9 incoming. Well, block, deal damage, and strike. That turn felt pretty good. Alright, Iron Wave deals 8 damage because of Juggernaut. Awesome. Defend. Defend. Nice to be able to block while still dealing damage. Alright, so we can kill this guy this turn. Excellent. Don't think I want any of these. We're trying to go on the block synergy. Not really into hurting us. Not really into hurting ourselves at this point. Let's just skip. Maybe they'll have some good stuff on sale at the shop, especially with our reduced prices. We may be able to pick up something great. We can afford the lantern. I'm always about extra energy. Master of Strategy is a fine neutral card too. Metallicize goes with what we're doing. We can buy both of these. Disarm's great as well. Huh. So we can't buy everything we want to. We can get the lantern plus metallicize. We want the lantern for sure. And then do we want disarm or metallicize? I actually think we want metallicize with the Juggernaut synergy. If you notice the relic restocked there. I liked the Toxic Egg last time, honestly. To be able to pick it up on the first floor with this, the way it's changed would be great, but we can't. Body Slams also block synergy, but I think metallicize is definitely our pickup here, so we'll do that. Thanks to Courier, we were able to make that shop pay out to us. We'll go to the campfire. So, if we want to fight that elite, we probably should rest. We could just dodge it and upgrade a card. We're not about that life though, so let's rest. And proceed. If our deck was a bit stronger, I would have felt okay just upgrading there, but it's not, so no way to avoid this shop. Maybe they'll have something on sale that we want. And actually they do. I will definitely take a shrug it off. Sweet. And on to this elite. Hello, Goblin Knob. Unfortunately that we're on block synergy versus this guy, but we also still have quite a few attack cards in our deck. Vulnerable with Dropkick. Thunderclap to just stack that vulnerability. And we just did almost half its HP on the first turn, which is good. Alright, 14 incoming. Even though... Oh, it's not a skill, so we can play Metallicize without upping its strength, which is good. Then we'll strike. get a little bit of free block every turn without having to trigger its strength gain is awesome. And we can play Juggernaut too, which will factor in. This is not a skill, so trigger Juggernaut and end the turn. Awesome. Maybe we're not in as bad a setup as I thought for this fight. Alright. And we don't quite kill it. Juggernaut's going to knock it down to 4. We're only going to take 1 damage. Thank you, Tori. And bye-bye. Awesome. So actually, we could have done this fight without healing, but we never knew. Singing Bowl. If you're going to get Singing Bowl, the first floor is where you want to get it. So, I think we want armaments here. On to the campfire. And who is our boss? Slime boss. Don't think I want to heal again. Let's upgrade. And my first instinct is to upgrade armaments, though since we're trying to build a block deck, maybe it's Juggernaut. No, Armaments Plus is just too good. Let's do that. And hope we don't die on this first boss. If we can get through here, I think we're in decent shape going forward. Alright, 9 incoming, as well as a negative effect. But we don't need to block because Anchor is taking care of that this turn. Unfortunately, some of our energy is going to waste. We might as well just play it out. Alright, so we have reduced card draw for 2 turns. He's going to power up and then attack us for a ton. Even though it's not going to get a trigger from Juggernaut, I think it's better to play Armaments first and get the upgraded Juggernaut. So upgrading Armaments kind of gave us the best of both worlds there. So now every block card that we play plus Metallicize is going to auto-trigger every turn and do 5 damage. Seems good. Well, this turn plays itself. We don't really have any options. Going to take 32 damage coming in. This guy splits at half health, and then the 2 smaller ones again split at half health. If you can manage to kill them the turn that you hit the half health, they just die. Don't know that that's going to happen here. Alright, shrug it off for sure. That prevents everything with the Metallicize. So is it Bash or is it Thunderclap plus Iron Wave? I think Thunderclap plus Iron Wave is more overall damage since Juggernaut will trigger. Even though we don't get to carry over vulnerability the next turn. Alright, another big attack incoming, so we do want to split it this turn, even though it's going to be relatively high health split. We will get 1 trigger to knock it down to 62. So 2 62 health slimes, but we prevented another 30 plus damage attack coming in. We want to kill this one first because the negative effect it inflicts is worse than what this guy does. Armaments for sure. Shrug it off. Strike. Alright, random hit there. That's good. It picked the right one. Yeah, Lick is weak, and this one is frail. And we definitely want to gain all our block. Alright, well, Thunderclap. Strike. Defend. Going to take a little damage here. Should be just 1 thanks to Tori. Awesome. Keep stacking on frail. That's a lot of damage coming in. Iron Wave. Defend. We triggered him. Not going to risk the block not hitting this guy. We want his health to be as low as possible when he splits, so we'll drop kick. And the random trigger at the end hit him, so 2 15 health slimes. Alright, 16 incoming. Armaments. Shrug it off. Thunderclap for the most damage. We'll take 1. And I think we're going to get through this boss fight just fine. Now that we've got everything set up and rolling. Actually might ought to have popped the ancient potion before the guy hit us with the first frail, but hindsight's always 20/20. Alright, a lot of damage incoming here. Hopefully we can just kill some of these guys. Let's start with the defend, see where the random 5 damage goes there. Would have loved for it to have killed these guys. I think we have to power through here. We just need the block too much. Alright, we got one of them dead. Awesome. We'll go ahead and do 4 here because there's no guarantee this metallicized juggernaut trigger will hit there. And it didn't. So 1 damage incoming, which is fine. Got a lot of wounds in our deck now. Luckily we didn't draw any. So Thunderclap for sure. Iron Wave for sure. Just want to strike to make sure this thing dies, and then we'll take no damage. Please, not all wounds. Alright, good deal. And the Juggernaut trigger will kill it. Ooh, well, that was a really nail-bitey first floor. A couple of misplays by me didn't make it any better. Take our Swift Potion. So, we're getting offered a little bit of Exhaust Synergy. We do have the Exhaust Synergy Relic. We're trying to be a block deck, though, so I think Demon Form is out of the question. So if we're going to take a card at all, it's going to be Exhume. We just don't have a lot of exhaust going on, so I don't think it's worth it. Maybe double tap is worth it. We could double tap Iron Wave. You know what, though? I just don't think we want any of these with what we're trying to do here, so let's get to max HP. Good relic, please. Alright, so we got a couple of choices here. I don't think we want Tiny House at all. 1 potion, 30 gold, max HP by 5, and get a card. Don't think that's worth taking. Black Blood is fine. It ups our Burning Blood from 6 heal to 10. Or we can start with 2 wounds. We already have a little wound stuff going on. We do need an Evolve to make that work. But I don't know that I can ever pass up extra energy. So, yeah, we're going to take that. Ooh, Automaton is our boss here. So, and hopefully it will remain Automaton. And thankfully it will remain Automaton because I'm going to put a cut in, but I'm going to continue recording so I don't have to save and reload a billion times to get the same boss. But I digress. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, let me know in the comments and by leaving a like below. It really does help tremendously. And of course, subscribe if you'd like to see more in the future. I have been Tevaron, and until next time, friends, be excellent to each other.